Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Department of English, SRM University, Sikkim, I warmly welcome you all to the fifth day of our faculty development program on artificial intelligence and the literary lens. Yesterday, we had a very engaging and interactive session with our distinguished speaker, Dr. Dilip K. Bharat, which gave us so much to reflect upon. We are truly grateful for the insight you shared, sir. So, today we are delighted to continue this intellectual journey with you, sir, as we proceed with our second session. So, without taking much time, I now request Dr. Bharat to take over and guide us further with his expertise. Welcome, sir. It's all over to you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Just a minute. Just so a very good afternoon, everybody. Today we have again quite a unique topic to deal with. Let me come back to the screen. Yeah. Okay. And in this ongoing FDP, today we have to talk about designing a curriculum for digital humanities and AI based things. Okay? So, as we did yesterday, today also we will try some practical things, and I hope some of you will be using laptops to work, and if possible, share your screen. That will be very good for me to comprehend because now we will get more detailed response. So, if you share your screen, laptop screen, then collectively and try to make some comments on that also. As we are aware in this AI era, that for anything that we want to learn and know, there is absolutely no need of any kinds of seminars, conferences, workshops, or FDPs. Anything is not required. If I really want to know, I should have questions. And if I have questions, I can ask to ChatGPT or any generative AI model, and I can get some responses from them. I know that all responses might not be correct. It may not be guide me. It may not guide me properly also. So I need to have more practice and more experience using this all platforms, and I can consult somebody for that also. So in this scene where we see that now in a much organized manner, we are getting all the responses. What is the need of teachers or resource persons, say for example? When we see classroom scene, then we say that why would students require teachers now? When we see FDPs, short-term training programs, or such kinds of gatherings, we may say that why do we require resource persons? Any topic, I can ask the tool and I will get a response. So we want to see that yes, still there is a need of a teacher. Still there is a need of a resource person. But what kind of resource person or teachers are now required? That we need to investigate. So today, by some practice also, we will try to see that do we really need resource persons in FDPs? Do we really need teachers in classrooms, or students can do their work without teachers also? So that will be our quest to see. At the end of the day, we will try to revisit and see that, well, no, we don't require resource persons or teachers, or yes, we may require resource persons or teachers. Hypothetically, at the beginning, at the outset, I would like to say that in a new academic scene with AI and everything around us, require teachers who are experienced. So the experience now is very important. The people with experience, people who experimented several things, and they share their experience about even their failure, their success, and then that can help us from not reinventing the wheel. If somebody has already tried and tested several things, we can move ahead with the experience of some person. So that is one thing that we think, that the people who are trying and testing several things well in advance, they might be useful as resource persons for teachers and as a teachers for students in those dynamics there. Let us try to see today what way we can try to justify our topic also. Our goal is to learn how to design a curriculum wherein AI, let me share a screen so we can read the entire topic also. Yes, so our basic purpose is to see that how we design uh, curriculum that integrates digital humanities and AI tools. And our objective is preparing students for a future shaped by both literary and technological fluency. So we want that they do not get technological fluency at the cost of literary sensibility or critical insights that are required. So both the things we try to look into this dynamics here. Okay? So my first activity prompt is directly this one to see that let us ask ChatGPT to design a curriculum. The prompt is design a curriculum that integrates digital humanities and AI tool, preparing students for a future shaped by both literary and technological fluency. I request, can I share this, copy paste it in the chat or any other place? Can I give it as a WhatsApp message to anybody?
You can share it in a chat, sir.
In the chat. Okay, let me copy paste. Okay, in the okay, I have put it in the chat. Uh, give this prompt to ChatGPT. Share your laptop PC screen. So we all can read it. Okay, this prompt, and let us see what response we are getting from this. Okay? Yes, so let us see what response we are getting. Okay, fine. So we have Sumnima. Screen visible here. Yes, right from the beginning. Please show it. Yeah, right from the beginning. Yeah, okay. So we have curriculum design, sorry, curriculum, digital humanities and AI literary prompt goals, equip students with interdisciplinary skills, develop critical perspective, provide hands-on training, this, okay, and research on this. Okay, then the structure can be offered as a minor program, certificate course, specialization track at UG or PG level. Okay, and duration 1 to 2 semester. Core modules: foundation of digital humanities, origin of evolution of TH, key methodologies. Fine. Yes. Practical: uh, create a small digital archive. Good, interesting activity is given. Then literature in the age of AI as a reader, critic, and writer. Very interesting. Yeah. Debates, authorship, originality, copyright, ethics. Fine. Practical: AI text generator to co-create poetry or short fiction. As yesterday we have done that. Yeah. AI is collaborator or competitor in creativity. Interesting. Critical reflection essay is given. Yes. AI a collaborator or competitor in creativity? Text mining, computational literary studies, NLP, and other things. Yes, Voyant tool, Python, NLP libraries. Interesting. Module 4, storytelling across digital platforms, digital narratives. Students design this. Okay, ethics, society, and the future. Surveillance, data, post-humanism, eco-criticism, digital culture. Fine. Yes. Next, debate: should AI generated works compete for literary award? That's very interesting debate point. Yeah. So this is how idea generation. We see that we get new ideas also when we work with this. Though I had not thought of this idea that should AI generated works compete for literary awards, which is more oftenly designed for human writers. Then how AI reshapes memory, identity, and culture. Also fine. Effective electives and skill labs are required. Capstone project, collaborative digital humanities project, AI tools. This okay. Assessment part, portfolio based assessment, digital projects, blog reflections, fine, presentation, critical essays, capstone project, group or individual, evaluated on creative this. Expected learning outcomes by the end of the program, students will understand core DH theories and practice, and very interesting. Yeah, fine. Yes, good. Thanks for sharing. And we got a very interesting idea about what should be the part of curriculum design when we think of AI and digital humanities. So the basics of digital humanities is also explored. Basics of artificial intelligence also is explored, and how the activities and the critical thinking points can also be taken into consideration. That also we have seen in the curriculum here. Anybody else would like to share the screen? Who else would like to share the screen? Any other response? Sharing screen will help us to go through the entire thing in a much better manner. Yes, we are getting a new screen here. Okay. Okay, so let us start from the first curriculum, digital humanities AI. Program aim to equip students with ability to analyze and interpret. Fine. Year one, foundation, build literacy grounding. Core course, introduction of digital humanities. Foundation as AI and data literacy. Classics of literature in the digital age. Skill labs are required there. Methods and applications are required. Okay. Text mining, digital archives and curation, AI and creative writing. Third year, critical perspectives and interdisciplinarity, ethics of AI in literature and culture, surveillance, bias, copyright, authorship. Yes, interesting points. Digital storytelling and interactive media, global perspective in digital humanities, non-Western digital archives. Yeah, so as yesterday we had this talk that what about post-colonial and capitalist global north controlling the digital archive. So here, even this point is given by ChatGPT. So non-Western digital archives. Yeah? So this we can say that, well, had it been very biased against global south, it will not give this point to us, that non-Western digital archives should also be a part of the discussion. Yes, skill labs are required. Then capstone and research thesis, DHAI and literature, AI assisted narratology in Indian epics, creative digital projects, skill lab, co-curriculum activities. Yes, yeah. Scroll down. Yeah. Graduate competencies. At the end, students will interpret literature with both traditional and digital methods, build and analyze digital text corpora, critically evaluate AI's role in creativity and culture. Very interesting. Yeah, fine. Good. Very interesting, both the examples that we got here. One more, if anybody is ready, then one last one we can have a look at. Anybody is ready with one more example? Anybody is ready? Then we can wait for them to give one more chance to one more participant. One we got in the chat by I think R. Kathirwil, and it has a curriculum, digital humanities, this program goals, and the topics of digital humanities, basic programming, and other things are mentioned. In chat, you can't give the full text, but something similar we have got here also. Now, let us come to our question. Now, if we got this response, what is the problem to understand this? And now, what is the problem to execute this curriculum? Where do we face a problem? So, one thing you will see that you are still not getting reference list, what to read, what to include as necessary reading in the classroom. What should be the core content of the class, like some articles, some books, or specific activities or other things should be necessary or not. That is also lacking. So we need to reframe the prompt slightly to see that how we get a reading resource or reading material also. Let me share my slides to add one more point to this leak, and one more thing. Let us see here. I'm sharing my slides here. Okay, so we have seen this one. Okay, we have given the prompt and we have seen this. I hope my slide is visible to everybody. Okay. Now, when I sit down to prepare a curriculum, I work on several steps. And then I prepare a more detailed prompt to see what way I get even better or a very comprehensive curriculum. And then we will compare both the results to see that what way or what was missing in our first prompt and what we got. Now, first, what I require. I make my point very clear about what I want in the curriculum. Yeah, it is here that the experience of the teachers plays a vital role. The experience of the teachers plays a significant role. So first point, I design a pedagogical hierarchy for a curriculum. My first point is foundational exposure, which will deal with Bloom's taxonomy at a level of remembering and understanding. So here what I want my students to learn: electronic literature, insta poetry, and generative literature. Introducing students to new literary forms mediated by technology, basic exploration of genres, features, and context. And then I want them to do an activity with the help of Notebook LM as a tool for controlled exploration of literary text. So I will suggest engaged with curated materials in form of audio, video, FAQs, mind map, self-quizzing to build comprehensive and familiarity. So this one. So now what I want as a content: electronic literature, insta poetry, and generative literature also. So if I switch over my presentation to what we think of uh, just a minute, what we think of electronic literature. Okay, so I am searching it, which I have done earlier also, and I come to this website, which is Electronic Literature Organization. And here I will get reading resources and references and other things also. About teaching electronic literature and other things, electronic literature and other things there. So teaching electronic literature, a resource for teachers. So now I was looking for a better resource that if I want to teach digital humanities, I will have to deal with electronic literature. Now, what is electronic literature? What are the content and core thing that I need to put into this that I need to see? So this website is my prime source to see the things here. And Catherine Hayles is the one who is a very important seminal writer in looking at electronic literature. And I come to this page where it says that how you can prepare your content to teach electronic literature. So I get reading references here about what I can include in my content. Why teach electronic literature? That also I can borrow from this website. And I get one broad design of how to teach electronic literature. I get a broad design of how to teach electronic literature also. So I read the things and I get a historical overview of various things, and it gives me some idea about how to teach electronic literature. If I have a question, why teach electronic literature, then also I can come here to make my objectives very clear about why teach electronic literature and other things also. So there is a resource available. So my experience comes here to help me to see that in what manner, when I design a syllabus, what I necessarily require. Sample syllabi and course material, which will give me an idea and a confidence. Because when ChatGPT generated the response, I was still in doubt what will come exactly in this syllabus. So here, human curated material is here. So here I get that how digital literary studies and other things can be worked out, a template for creating works on literature. So lots of resource I will get from this particular page. So digital literary studies, course info, instructor contact info, design, objectives, required readings, this all course assignments, what I have to do, what is the text. So here there is one text known as Westland Remix, then digital born poetry, student led discussions and other things also. There is Instagram poetry. So what is Instagram poetry? What does it do? And how this can be led also. So Instagram poetry, I come to this point and I would like to explore more on this to build up my experience of what is Instagram, Insta poetry. So there is a genre which talks about Insta poetry, and it tries to say that there are many articles and other things written on this particular idea. Uh, Many people criticize this, many people are doing this, but the things are going on, things are happening a lot. So when I talk about DH and I need to explore new platforms where creative activities are shaping around. So Instagram is a platform where this is happening. And what do people say? The critics say that Insta poetry has this kinds of uh, characteristics or perceptions or definitions, or this is what they do. Uh, they give voice to marginalized writers and themes. So like everybody do not get publishers or their work do not get published. Now everybody gets a space to publish oneself. So marginalized writers embracing hybridization and multimodal forms, operating as a global, translingual, and transnational phenomenon. So at a global level, the things get published translingual. I can write in any language I want to, and there is a machine which automatically translates everything. So Facebook translation, machine translation, generative AI translation, they will break the boundaries of translational activities, breaking traditional publishing norms and commercialization, adapting to platform capitalism and digital culture. Now we know that these are all private companies, Instagram, Facebook, and other things. Now I get a space to make a critique of those capitalist platform on that very platform. So adapting to the platform capitalism and make a question, make a critique of that itself on that very thing. That becomes the digital culture becomes very interesting here. Resisting formulaic perceptions and promoting activism also. So many times people do believe that literary writing is also a part of activism. So here one gets the hashtag movements we have seen a lot in past also. And this all comes from a very interesting article by Taylor and Francis, published an article, and there this all things has been taken from. Okay? So the first thing that came is about electronic literature, Insta poetry, generative literature. Today we have no question about questioning generative literature. Once upon a time, like this is a TED talk from 2015, 10 years ago, we were still debating whether computer can write poetry or not. And you all will agree that till November 22, the day on which OpenAI launched first version of ChatGPT, everybody firmly believed that computers cannot write poetry. Whereas Oscar Schwartz has done a research, and in 2015 TEDx talk, he was trying to prove that computers can not only write poems, but also it becomes very challenging for humans to identify whether this poem is a computer generated poem or human written poem. That also was debated and discussed for 10 long years. Since 2015, we were talking and debating about all these issues also. Today, we do not have all those questions. Today, after 3 years of what we have seen with generative AI, now we do not have a question that can a literature be generated or not. So that becomes an indicator. The debate is no more existing, but now we explore what way it can be done also. The tool, notebook as a tool. Now, when I explore notebook as a tool, AI tool, I need to see what are the capacities of notebook as a tool. And when I open like notebook tool is quite unique as compared to other tools, as compared to all other tools. This is a very unique tool. It is unique in different manner and in different ways. It is unique because this AI model works on the source that is given by us. We have to add the source and it will work within that source. So the chances of wrong information, hallucinatory responses, mixed up and merged responses are very less. There are no chance almost because if it is in the source, then only it will come into this platform. Otherwise, it will not come. So that is one very important benefit when we teach curriculum or design a curriculum. We require such platforms where our source or anything that is generated is very faithful to our source, and the platform doesn't go anywhere in any data set to bring in the responses. So that one huge problem gets sorted out, solved in using notebook LM. But beyond that, it has many other advantages, like it gives mind map also. A mind map is an idea where the entire article or entire thing it gets very interestingly comprehended. It gets quite interestingly what we say it as uh, resolved in different ways. Gives a very detailed analysis of the entire content, that what we have done or how we have done. Also, it is generating the content. By that time, I can see that it also generates a video overview of the things. So, for example, this one content I have given here, and I already had tried this. Just a minute. Are you able to listen the voice?
No, sir.
No, you're not getting the. Okay, just a minute. Let me.
Yes, sir, your voice is audible.
I need to put audio on. Yeah, share sound also. Yeah, I'm doing that.
Empowering you, giving you awareness.
Absolutely. So we'll untangle terms like digital footprint, look at the different layers of the web, expose some common attacks you could fall for, and then, yeah, arm you with some real defenses. Okay, let's get into it. Let's unpack this whole digital world thing. So first things first, what actually is
Now
digital
getting the
hygiene
voice?
or cyber hygiene?
So how
hear
safe
both
are
terms.
you when
Think
you're
of it like,
online?
well,
Let's find out.
digital self-care.
In this
Brushing
explainer,
your
we are
teeth,
diving
changing
deep
the
into the
oil.
essentials of
Automatically
It's
cyber
the
hygiene
essential
given
and
practices,
every
those
single
habits
here.
that keep your
The
online
video,
world safe and
the
running smoothly.
podcast
Simple things,
also
really,
gets
done
generated from
consistently.
that.
Updating devices, strong
And as we're
passwords,
talking
keeping
about the
files
mind map,
organized.
And
also.
the need for this has just exploded. It's not optional anymore, it's essential. Think about the massive shift online, especially after COVID.
Mind map, as we have seen, and it goes beyond several things that how we can work on everything. Yeah, so this helps students also a lot. And then when we create a content, how we can design a kind of an activity around using notebook for all this stuff also. Like student can generate a short video based as a part of their activity. They can generate a podcast based on the activity. They can generate a mind map based on that. And as we ask for like generate uh, MCQs, which we all know that it can easily do. This work is very easy for generative AI. So based on the given source, it will generate the responses and other things also. So this way, this notebook LM, the exposure to the notebook LM becomes very important in the content that we are generating or creating here. Okay? So that was our first foundational exposure in the pedagogical hierarchy, where electronic literature, insta poetry, generative literature, notebook, LM as a tool for controlled exploration of literary text, audio, video, FAQ, mind map, self-quizzing should become a part of my curriculum design. Okay? Second point in this hierarchy, analytical engagement, wherein Bloom's taxonomy operates on applying and analyzing. Application of literary theories like Peter Barry's What Do Critics Do? Students begin applying critical lens to both traditional and digital text, conversations with writers and characters of classic text using large data sets also. Now, here, this book I have suggested, that is Peter Barry's book. Peter Barry's book, The Beginning Theory. The Beginning Theory. Quite a well-known book there. Now, the beauty of this book is that it deals with very interesting 20th century critical explorations. Uh, like structuralism, post-structuralism, all modern 20th century theories, the postmodernism, psychoanalytic criticism, feminist criticism, lesbian, gay, Marxist, new historicism, post-colonial stylistics, narratology, eco-criticism, that all it tries to deal with the things there. The important point in this is they try to mention what do these critics do specifically. They give a point. Now that pedagogical point is very important. So if I give this style to ChatGPT or any generative tool, and I say that I want this way a specific questions, that what do these critics do exactly there. Supposing if I explore one example regarding Marxist critic, and then he said that what do Marxist critics do? What do Marxist critics do? It very clearly mentions that in a given context, how a Marxist critic will make a question or will generate a question for any literary text or other things also. 5 questions are given to deal with that idea. So this book is the next source to look at our second pedagogical hierarchy. Second step of pedagogical hierarchy is the second point that we see here. So at the analytical level, Peter Barry's What Do Critics, that model we are using, and we want our curriculum to use this model to devise the things. Second point, conversations with writers, characters of classic text using large data set. Now, this is very unique thing to see. Now we can ask generative AI to become Plato, Aristotle, Shakespeare, Kalidas, Bharat Muni, and anybody. The dead people comes alive. And then we can start interacting with the authors, keeping or asking them the question that what do you really believe about these concerns? Or if you are alive today, will you still believe in those ideas, or you will change your ideas? Or what way progressively you look at your own thoughts? And we get very interesting conversation with the dead writers. One step more, not only the dead writers, but even characters also. Hamlet, Ophelia, Emma, or any other characters which we are dealing, and we want to do conversation with those characters. So students can have activities by saying that, well, you are this character, play a role of this character, and then have a conversation with me. And then we can keep on asking variety of questions regarding why such decisions were taken by you. If you are dealing with Othello, we can ask Iago, do you regret what you have done? Or we can ask Othello also that, do you think you should have thought twice before taking an action, the rash action? Or maybe somebody would also ask Desdemona that, do you think that your choice to marry Othello was a wrong choice? So in variety of ways we can do conversation with writer. Now these all possibilities are opening for us to bring everything in curriculum design. This was our second point of dealing with the thing. Third, creative and comparative exploration. Here, applying, creating, and evaluating. So, on one side, we have Bloom's taxonomy. And on that pyramid of Bloom's taxonomy, we are trying to use these terms like apply, create, evaluate. And what we want to do, creative and comparative exploration. So prompt-based syllabus, generative literature generated in classroom, students design, generate, and critique AI-produced literary text. Now, in this, we have tried several times in our classroom also that the students can have a new poem in the class. We can just give a topic that we want to study today, eco-critical poem. So all of you give a prompt and generate one eco-critical poem. And then we will give one article to Notebook LM as a source and say that based on this article, make a eco-feminist critique of this particular poem. And then we will see what is coming up and then we can discuss that. And it becomes very interesting. So in a syllabus, you do not have prescribed poems, but there are only prompts that you can generate poems for postmodernism, for new criticism, for feminism, for psychoanalytical studies, for Derridian deconstruction, for ecological concern, anything. You can give a prompt, generate a poem. This is the list of research articles, or use Peter Barry's book and put those questions. What do these critics do? Give them some theoretical propositions, and then see what way that particular generated poem, a very freshly generated poem and a freshly generated critique of that can become a very interesting part of the analysis also. So that is what we are trying to aim into our curriculum design. I share a screen again. Then comparative framework also we can use, a critical comparison of digital texts, global cultural narratives and media forms also. Todd Presner has written a very good article on comparative literature studies in and digital humanities. As a part of digital humanities, he has given the ideas about how the comparative studies can be clubbed together with comparative literature studies. So that article also we can use here to explore more in this aspect. Our fourth concern in creating a design of curriculum is productive competence. Here we are aiming at creating and evaluating Bloom's taxonomy. And here we can use translation with generative AI, exploring multilingual and cross-cultural textual production, critical reflection on machine-aided translation. Now, we know that generative AI translation is far better than machine translation. Google translation is a machine translation and it was never very satisfactory. But generative AI translation models are far, far better. Yesterday, we have seen the poems in Hindi and English, the poems on epitaph on a tyrant in a contemporary scene, keeping in mind Russia, China, USA, and we asked generative AI to act as Auden of our times and write a poem in Hindi as well as in English, and it did quite well. There was absolutely no problem with grammar or any structure of the words also. So why don't we explore these capacities of generative AI tool in our classrooms to use the translational practice also? Self-improvement of essay type descriptive writings. Now, this again is a very interesting idea which we experimented, and we found it quite successful and very useful also. We have seen so far that uh, when we deal with, I'm just opening a page. When we want to do descriptive analysis of questions and answers, it was always difficult task when we wanted to analyze uh, descriptive uh, answers, essay type answers, then machines were not helping. But now ChatGPT has the capacity to analyze descriptive answer. This is our experiment that we have done here for academic writing workshop, and I would like to share some of the results of that also. I'm skipping these pages here. Okay, so the prompt, as we said, the prompt is always very important. That what way we design a prompt. We used two types of prompts. One was for CEFR level, a Common European Framework for Reference of English Language, CEFR, which is used by IELTS and TOEFL exams also. So one CEFR guidelines we use for language correction. The another example that we used is about BAWE. British. Let me come down to that particular prompt. Yeah, this is the second prompt. Yeah. British Academic Written English Corpus, BAWE. Okay. So two corpus we use, two to one guideline, one corpus, CEFR guidelines and BAW. Now, so this is where we made a point that experience of a teacher plays a very vital and significant role in this era of AI. So how to ask a prompt, how to make a prompt, how to use corpuses, that all comes from the experience of teacher. CEFR and BAWE. As per CEFR guidelines, I'm again going back to my first slide to discuss this. Okay. We know that A1 is the lowest level and C2 is the highest level. So we make a prompt and tell that this is my answer. Student will write. Student has written handwritten answer. Now remember this, handwriting is very, very important. So student will write answers in a handwritten form, and then they will either scan or type that answer in any generative AI tool with a prompt that this is my answer of this question. Now grade it, evaluate it. So, for example, this is one answer written on Puritan period here. The analysis is done here. The CEFR guideline says that your answer is between B1 and B2 range. And what you need to do, depth and analysis, language sophistication, historical context, critical reflection, that all you need to work on to improve the things also. That is one part. Then we ask another prompt that, okay, you have done the analysis and told that this answer is at B1, B2 level. Now, if I want to rewrite the same answer for C2 level, then what will you do? How will you write that? So we ask ChatGPT to rewrite my answer. So we don't want one ideal answer. We want a very unique answer for all the students based on what they have already written. Now, this is something that is very difficult for human beings. So if I have 50 students in the class, and if everybody says that rewrite my answer the way you wanted me to write, then teacher will say that no, we can't do that. We can't rewrite your answer there. But generative AI will do that and will generate the answer also. That is how we work with CEFR guidelines there. And then when we worked with BAWE guidelines, we also got very interesting responses about BAWE guidelines also, where to give you one sample example. For example, this is one answer by a student. And according to BAWE guidelines, it said that level 2 to level 3, and it needs improvement. But where do you need improvement? Structure is not cohesive. And no clear thesis statement. Headings like Big Brother as godlike figure or concept of newspeak help identify themes but lack transition and paragraph coherence. No logical progression of ideas. So these are the things which needs to be improved, and it is suggested start with clear thesis. Example, George Orwell's 1984 is a powerful critique of totalitarianism. Use paragraphing, not bullet points. Ensure each paragraph develops on main idea with a topic, sentence, explanation, and illustration. So, say two guidelines, CFR guidelines and BAW corpus, and student evaluate their handwritten answer with the help of generative AI. So, this should be a part of curriculum. So, we are at this level where we see this at the fourth hierarchical level. We want students to practice in this curriculum self-improvement of their own essay type descriptive answer writing. And that is where this two framework can help us in doing that. Fifth one, integrative practice, synthesizing and creating at the toppest level of the pyramid of Bloom's taxonomy, creating, I think. So everything that the students are doing, they must be creating something also. And for that, we use studio activities work. Studio activity task is assigned and given to the students here. So if we see, if I give you one example here, to show that how and what students represent. I'm opening my Google Classroom, so we can reach out to the class activity which is actually given to the students. So we can see live that what way the activities are given to the students in Google Classroom for studio activity, and what is the outcome of that activity. Yeah, just finding the task. Here we have a studio activity. Okay. So this exploring film studies through a short video essay. Okay. The guidelines were given. We prepared guidelines and we shared via ResearchGate with students to read and carefully understand the activity. Yeah, so this is the worksheet prepared by the teacher with the help of generative AI with specific examples that are given by the 5 to 10 minutes of video essay, what way they have to work, what ideas they have to see in that, like one short film, non-linear editing, films like Oppenheimer, adolescence, web series, that all experimental things they can use into these examples. And this way they work on this, and they have to submit a video in a Google Classroom. So if you see submission of some of the students, then let us see here. So this is how the students prepare a short video and
So,
submit
hello everyone.
their work.
Have you ever watched a film and felt something powerful, even if you couldn't explain why? Today, we are diving into the magic behind that feeling and how film uses visual language to tell unforgettable stories. You only need to watch a few stylish mass films to see a piece of visual storytelling. Where if you search it out in a Google how to do film study, there is numerous answer. What is important in cinema video, I want to also analyze any film deeply, even if using some elements of cinematography, editing. Let's break them down one by one and see how each of them is possible not to notice the epic grandeur, the temple's crown, and the armor.
So this is one example. The same way that all the students submit a studio activity task through their YouTube channel.
Hello everyone, welcome to this video. As a part of film studies journey where I explore rockstar direct cap and the cinematic technique scattered in fragments of time, where every cut, every note, and every shadow becomes a brushstroke in a portrait of a soul unraveling. Yes, so if we talk about cinematic analysis of Imtiaz Ali.
So this is the idea behind trying to look at this activity. That is the integrative practice in curriculum design, synthesizing and creating a part of studio activity where students create something. So as we know that if students do, they learn the best. If they listen, if they watch, but if they do it, and that's why studio activity helps us in doing that. Then reflective autonomy, evaluating and metacognition, self-assessment and self-learning, personalized tutor mode. Now AI tools are helping us. As teachers, they work as assistant. For students, they work as tutors. So whatever they ask and how they can take help of AI as a personalized tutor, that also should be added into our curriculum design. There. Okay? So this way we see the thing. Now we want to include all these things into our prompt, and then we want to prepare a prompt including everything. So what way our prompt can include all these things? It's a very long prompt. It's a long prompt that it will include everything that we want to do in this activity and other things also. Let me stop sharing this and try to share this prompt with you all. So let us see if it works for everybody or not. Now we have redesigned our prompt. We have prepared a little bit longer prompt with long details and more information. And then we want to see what way we are getting the response here. So because it is a bit longer prompt, I won't be able to uh, put it in the comment box. So shall I share with in WhatsApp with somebody? I got the last message from Mr. Roy Alik, or
So you can share with Alex, sir. He can share it in the community group in our WhatsApp, and we can try.
okay. So yeah, okay. I have shared to Mr. Roy, and please ask him to share in the group. And I request everybody to copy and paste this in ChatGPT, and let us see what we are getting. We have last 10 minutes. We will see one or two examples of what we are getting now. Based on what we have discussed, this new prompt is rewritten. And now we are giving this prompt to ChatGPT to see what response we are getting here. Okay. Yes, got it. Just let me know if you get the prompt. Yes, just let me know if you have received the prompt.
I think he's sharing.
Yeah, he's sharing. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah. Try ChatGPT for with this prompt, and I want some of you to share the screen with what you are getting as a response. Okay.
So we have received the prompt. We are trying.
Okay, fine, good. Thanks a lot. Uh, Yes, anybody, if you got any response, please share. Yeah, yeah, okay. We are getting one screen being shared. Yeah. Okay, so this is the postgraduate curriculum. 2 papers, 100 marks each, 4 units, 25 marks per unit. First paper 1, literary practice in the age of AI and digital humanities. Course objective, learning outcome. Okay, so now we are getting something specific. Critically analyze electronic, insta-poetic, and generative texts. Okay. Engage with authors, characters also. Then digital and generative literature. Yes. Definitions, genre, handwritten analysis. So we wanted to stress handwriting by students because we understand in this era that handwriting is very important. So students should not skip handwriting activities. So handwritten analysis of one Insta poem versus one canonical poem. Okay. Yes, prompt-based literature in class, prompts as literary engines, classroom as eco-creation space, student plus AI writing, in class handwritten short story from human only prompt, AI assisted prompt based poem. So both the things together is coming. So this student work or this activity is specifically mentioned in this curriculum, that what student will do and how is he going to use the skill of handwriting along with using this. Then three, what do critics do? Again, students' work is coming, and it says handwritten application of feminist postcolonial critique to a text. Okay, fine. Okay, then next, conversation with authors and characters. Again, handwritten journal, my conversation with Virginia Woolf. And then AI transcript submission, reflective of commentary on authenticity. Yes, scroll down. Technofluency, tool transition technofluency in digital humanities. Yes, notebook LM, AI tools in literary studies, and what we discussed, notebook LM for FAQs, mind map, audio, video, BAWE, CEFR, AI as tutor for academic writing. Yes, handwritten summary of a text. Yes, fine. Yes, yes, interesting. Yeah, Todd Pressner is also coming there. Fine. Yes. Hmm. Okay, good. We got an activity, compare Wolf and Tagore also on a previous page. Okay, fine, no problem. Go down. Studio practice and personalized learning, blog, podcast, digital storytelling, and what the students will do? Handwritten outline for podcast or a blog. AI assisted final digital production, podcast, blog, or creative video. So we get now a more streamlined steps that what students will actually do. Okay. Okay, fine. And evaluation scheme, continuous evaluation 50 marks, and SEE according to NEP, according to National Education Policy, we have 50 marks division for continuous evaluation and this. So AI-based project submission 20 marks, reflective journal peer review 10 marks, and class participation handwritten assignments, prompt-based writing 20 marks. Okay. Overall outcome is also mentioned, what students will be doing that. Yes, scroll down. Okay, okay, fine. Now, one more thing is lacking here is reading list. So I would request, suggest, give a prompt here, live, let us see. Suggest a reading list for this curriculum. Suggest a reading list for this curriculum. Okay. Okay, fine. So we are getting the response. Okay, okay, interesting. Hmm. Okay, so core reading across both papers, Peter Berry, Todd Pressner, Catherine Hayles, Matthew Gold, Franco Moretti, Johanna Drucker. Like we can see most of the seminal writers which are required for the study of digital humanities and AI are here. Yeah. With the books, details also. Then paper one, Catherine Hayles, How We Think, Digital Media, Contemporary Technogenesis, Scott Ratberg. Yeah, fine. Instagram poems, Rupi Kaur, interesting. So Rupi Kaur is quite popular as an Insta poet, and that is coming. Milk and Honey, prompt-based literature, Jelena Shane. You look like a thing, and I love you. Okay. How AI works and why it's making the world a weirder place. Yeah, good, a good, very interesting collection of the works we got here. Okay. Hmm. Okay, fine, fine. Yeah, good, interesting. For Notebook LM, Google AI white paper on Notebook LM, Hilary Nessis, the British academic written English BAWE corpus, CEFR also we got it. Todd Pressner, David Demrosh for comparative literature, Susan Besnet, yes. Matthew Jockers, microanalysis, also. Yeah, that is very interesting now. So now we see that, yes, now you can stop sharing also. So we see that we worked on pedagogical steps, hierarchy. We identified that this area I want to concentrate on. And then we prepared a rather longer, detailed prompt. And then we asked for suggested reading in the same line. And we got a very detailed curriculum design with steps that what students are supposed to do at each and every step. In our traditional curriculum design, we do not mention what students are supposed to do. Normally, it depends upon teachers. It is for teachers to teach the curriculum. Now, here we have a curriculum where it says what students are supposed to do in this curriculum design also. So I hope this might serve a purpose. We have done a live experiment. And in that case, we never know whether it will work or not. But it worked. Our initial experiment also worked, and we got a broad outline of curriculum. And after discussion, we gave, and we got more detail about the curriculum design also. So thank you, everybody. In case any questions, then we can discuss.
Thank you, sir, for yet another insightful and thought-provoking session. The way you connected AI and curriculum design has indeed opened new perspectives for all of us. So now, if anybody has a question, they can post it in the chat box. So earlier there was one question by Dr. K. Satyasai. He posted, "You mean instructional design is going to play a vital role in digital classroom, sir?" That was his question,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yeah, of course, yes. Instructional design is going to play. Now, a very important thing is that the data sets of instructional design are already available with generative AI. So earlier, I have to undergo the study of instructional design, and I have to learn about instructional design, and it was very rigorous activity for any curriculum designer. Now we don't have to do that. Now we don't have to learn anything about instructional design. AI are now ready with that. Now, as a teacher, I should have a very clear pedagogical goals. What I expect from my students. If I teach this paper, what I expect from them. And now for that, what should I do? So generative AI, with the help of instructional design data sets already available with them, they will give us interesting activities.
I hope that answers your question. Anybody else who has a question? You can post it in the chat box, or you can directly ask the question. I don't see any question for today.
Ma'am, I have got a question, ma'am.
Sure, please.
Sir, actually, when we are talking about this AI and other thing, this is something pertains to the cognitive aspect of the students. I mean, the mind and intelligence other thing. And whereas when we look at learning process as a whole, they have the emotional and other psychomotor skills and other things are there. Whether this AI can help to have a holistic coverage of all these things in the learning process, sir. Could you please answer this?
Yes, of course. See, emotionally, also, these things are having a very deep appeal and impact on the people. And we had many such like disturbing examples of how emotionally people gets engaged with AI, and this which is leading to a kind of a damaging things. Also, if I share a screen for a few slides, because the emotional aspect, when we say people are getting very much emotionally connected with the thing, we had all these examples that the chat GPT tells some student that you are a burden, please die. Now, emotionally, this is very like a terrible command given by somebody to somebody, or like a mother says AI chatbot led her son to kill himself. So why would somebody kill somebody? That's so emotionally driven people might be when they deal with this things also. Or this Hello, am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Now, okay, I missed a part of the thing. Okay, let me. I was talking about the previous. Now, yeah. So this also we're talking about bias. So whether religious bias and how it operates, and this thing, cognitive level things also we can see here. And this we have seen yesterday. So many such examples are seen nowadays where the woman, 37 years old, decides to divorce her husband and move in with her lover because AI bot ChatGPT told her to. So many such examples which are surfacing. One this, you are not happily married. Microsoft Bing's AI chatbot expresses love for user, tells him to leave a wife also. So though it is very synthetic, very artificial, but our engagement is very emotional with the conversation because there is a language. Ultimately, it is the language which connects us emotionally with the other human beings also. Now here, instead of a human being, there is a machine there. And the mind sometimes fails to differentiate between the human and the machine, a thing or a person. And because there is a language, there is emotional connect also that gets reflected here.
Thank you, sir. It was a very innovative session, very creative and very actively participating session. To conclude today's session, I'd like to request Dr. Padmini Khan, Assistant Professor, Department of English, to deliver the formal vote of thanks.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Sumrima, ma'am, and thank you, sir. Good evening, esteemed faculty members and dear participants. On behalf of the Department of English, SRM University, Sikkim, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Dilip P. Bharat, Professor and Head of the Department of English at Maharaja Krishna Kumar Singh Ji, Bhavnagar University, Gujarat, for his enlightening sessions on bias in artificial intelligence models and its implications in literary interpretation, and on designing curriculum that integrates digital humanities and artificial intelligence as part of the faculty development program organized by SRM University, Sikkim. His expertise and engaging presentations have provided us with extremely valuable insights into the intersection of technology, literature, and language. I would also like to thank the convener of the FDP, Dr. Archana Arul, the head of the department, Dr. Tanushri Sarkar, Dr. Manisha Rai, Professor Balaji Shalke, Ms. Somnima Parajoli, Dr. Alik Roy, and Ms. Deboshmita Sarkar for their constant support, cooperation, active involvement, and enthusiasm. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants for their thoughtful questions and active involvement during the interactive sessions with Professor Bharat. Thank you, Dr. Bharat, and thank you all the participants for your contributions. Looking forward to tomorrow's session, and yes, we will meet again at 4 p.m. sharp with another speaker. Thank you, sir, and thank you, everyone. I would
Thanks.
request everyone
Thanks
to fill up the feedback form that has been shared in the chat box. Also,
Thanks a
the
lot.
WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
okay. So I'm leaving the meeting now. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ready?